I know everybody's who was out today was pretty exhausted and pretty tired. It was a nice Memorial Day. I mean, Jesus, the weather was fantastic. Erdwin William Davis, welcome. Sorry I didn't make it there tonight. I knew nothing about it until the last minute. That's the problem. We keep trying to get the word out and beat the algorithm, and it just like little fuzzy thing floating. We're having a lot of problems getting the word out, and making sure that we keep things spread out there. So we got to get better with that. We got to figure out ways around that. I think we're going to start pushing the Discord out to everybody so we can stay more organized. Try to get more people onto that, because Facebook is just killing things. I mean, we got a couple things going on. Like in New Jersey, I think was just off the hook. I think they had the largest protest they've had to date in New Jersey, which is great. Chicago was a little disappointing. I mean, I get it's a holiday. I get just for crowd turnout, the speakers were amazing. I gotta say. We didn't have a super huge event over at ours. The other group didn't have a big one over there either. Nothing mind blowing. So, some of the things I'm like noticing is, the competition sucks. The egos and whatnot, that sucks. It really kills it. But there's like some dumb infighting that also is going on. People are getting restless. They're getting fed up with this. We got to make sure to direct that anger in the right way, not at each other. Letting that go at each other just creates more problems. We got to make sure we don't do that. So, we gotta put aside our differences right now. If you're for ending this crap that's going on, we got to put everything else aside and come together. That is really what today is about. Watch the YouTube video that I put up earlier. The two speakers we had there were fantastic, and that was what they really hit on. They really nailed those points home. So if you haven't seen those, watch them. YouTube video that I posted on my page on the Modern Day Revolutionary in the American Revolution 2.0 groups. So watch those if you haven't already. They are fantastic. They hit those points beautifully. But we got to watch the infighting. Make sure that we're targeting the right enemy. The other thing, again, we got to keep the egos aside. We got to start working together better. The opposition, we'll just leave it at that. The opposition works together well. And they have been for a long time. That is where we the people fail, and it's by design. So we don't work together as well by design. We've been tricked into all of these things that stop us from working together, and we need to stop those things. The speakers in Chicago were absolutely freaking phenomenal. It looks like the ones in New Jersey were just insanely good. Sacramento had some great speakers out there. I got to see a little bit of that video, not a bunch of it. I don't know. They might still be going on. They might just be ending off. It looked like I saw a message from Daniel, our head guy out there. He was exhausted from everything. So hopefully they had decent turnout, but sorry, I'm exhausted too. I had a young man come up to me when we were all done, and he said, I got to tell you, I'm a Democrat and I'm gay, and I wanted to wait until my friends left to come up and thank you for all of this. And I said, why did you start it that way? Why do you got to tell me you're a Democrat? I mean, do you not believe in the Constitution? I said, well, no, I believe in that. I said, exactly. Then you're just an American. Like, I don't care that you're gay. I don't care that you're a Democrat. It doesn't matter. It matters that you're an American. That's the only thing we need to be identifying with right now. And that needs to be the division line. That it should be the only one. Are you American or are you not? If you're not an American, you're not for the Constitution. You need to be kicked the hell out of the country. That's the bottom line. If you are an American, I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're Hispanic. I don't care if you're atheist. I don't care if you're Christian or Catholic or Islamic or Jewish or whatever. I don't care. You're an American. End of story. That's all there is to it. And we have to make sure that we don't start turning on each other, because it is getting frustrating in some of these states. The New Jersey governor basically came out and said, I don't care what you guys do. I don't care what you say. I'm going to keep doing this. And Pritzker said the same thing. Newsom has said the same thing. We gotta be louder. We gotta get the message across better. That's ultimately the thing. So we have to figure it out, and I'm getting to the point where we're gonna have to start getting a little bit more, a little bit militant. There's gonna have to be some strong ass organization in there to get this thing going. We have to get the message across. I've said this from the get-go. The worst thing that can happen is that these dictator governors, dictator mayors back off slowly and, just let it go, and then everybody go back to normal, and we do nothing. We have made nothing go right. That's the worst thing that can possibly happen. They need to be arrested. If they are not arrested for this treasonous act, this is a treasonous act they are committing. Treason against United States citizens. Treason against the U.S. Constitution. That is what is occurring. If they are not arrested for treason, this is horrible, horrible precedent that we are allowing. So we have to start coming together, start taking it serious. We cannot be complacent. The complacency, like if you by chance were out grilling today, instead of standing up for the things that Americans have died for, the freedoms that we have been granted and given, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. You're becoming too complacent. You're backing off when you should be pressing harder. And you need to reevaluate. Because, cool, at some point the state is going to be at 50% open. That's not acceptable still. Many of these states have gone that route. Talking to a guy who drove from Iowa to come up to the rally in Chicago at the Thompson Center. Drove from Iowa, husband and wife. He said Iowa's about 50% open. Really? Yeah. That's not enough. We had another young lady come all the way from Indiana. Indiana's doing better. But again, if they're not all the way open, all the way back to normal, it's not enough. If only 50% of the states are open, it's not enough. If 10% are still locked down, it's too much. We have to get everything open and back to the way it was. This is ridiculous. The numbers are not proving out to be anything. And it doesn't matter even if they were. You don't get to violate the Constitution. We have to stop being reasonable with this. We have to stop compromising with this. There is no compromise. We have to set that now. We have gone centuries with compromise. From the beginning of the Constitution, it has been compromised. We have to push it back and stop that. We have to set that there is no compromise. That's the only way. The only way this country will last as a constitutional republic for another couple hundred years. Otherwise, 10 years down the road, we will be a socialist or communist state. And socialism is just communism in the making. That's all it is. So we have to open this back up. Let's see. Nicole Ferguson, I just wish that all the groups could come together and stand as one voice. Yes, same here. And we've tried to reach out to other groups, not just in Illinois, but in many other states. And some of them are unwilling. Some of them honestly don't care about the purpose. That's why they're not coming together. A guy who rolls into town, doesn't check what's going on, doesn't see if there's another event going on that he could come support, that rolls into town for his own thing, starts up, competitive. That's not a guy who's for we the people. That's a guy who's for himself. Just the facts. I'm sorry. That is truth. Okay? A group of girls who are going to see an event going on, try to hijack and hold it 2 days later, is not for we the people. They're not. They're for showboating. They want credit. They want fame. They're going to argue over that. I don't care who gets credit. Our name was on nothing for Memorial Day. It wasn't about that. It was about we the people. And the fact that they can't just shut the hell up and come together for we the people is sad. It's sad. Fact that people can't get off of their couches and come out and support these things is sad. Like if you had something else like important going on, I understand. I understand people don't have vehicles and can't make it. The girl from Indiana, she took a train. She took a train all the way from Indiana downtown. If you have a loved one in the hospital and you're staying with them, heard another guy had kidney stones. Okay, these are all reasonable things. These all make sense. Okay, but if you're just sitting on the couch or you're just going out to the backyard to grill, get down to these things. Come on, guys. We have to come together. We have to start coming together. We have to start forming as we, the American people. We need a real American Revolution 2.0. A real one to sweep the nation. If we don't get a second American Revolution going on, we're going to end up in communist America. That's what it's going to be. Barbara Jeannie, yes, everything open. They are throwing us breadcrumbs. Yes. Corey Macabeer, just got home from New Jersey, 3-hour drive. You see, there's dedication, man. Amazing dedication. Denise Kakiotti Ryan, I am just outside Chicago in Naperville. Yeah, Nicole Ferguson, a few of us can't fight for all of us. That is true. I mean, we're happy to do so. We are trying to fight for everyone, even the people who won't fight for themselves, but we need you to stand up and fight as well. You can't just sit there and watch and go, okay, good for you guys. I'll support from my phone. If you can get there, you need to get there. We have to. Okay, couple of things. Somebody mentioned to me, just nationwide, an idea. I love this. It's a short amount of time, so it would be really, really hard to get the word out. But D-Day, right? D-Day, we do a Storm the Beaches event. Let me see. When is D-Day? 2020. June 6th. So, June 6th, I would love to see a Storm the Beaches nationwide. Find a beach near you. I don't care if it's off of a lake, a creek, or whatever. Go storm the beaches. Just, film it, throw it out there, do all of that. We're not going to be able to organize anything, massive and amazing for that. I love that idea. I think we need to do D-Day, Storm the Beaches, as a hashtag for that day and just blow it out there. That would be amazing, right? The other one, June 14th, Flag Day. Get to the Capitol, the DC Capitol. figure out a way now. You have about 3 weeks right now. It's May 25th. You got about 3 weeks to figure out how to get there. I am going to Washington, D.C. We have a bunch of people from the East Coast already planning to go there. We have a bunch of people planning to go already, right? We've been pushing this out. June 14th, Flag Day, Washington, D.C. If for some reason you can't make it, only if you can't make it, only if you can't drive, bus, train, Amtrak, fly, whatever. If you can't do that for whatever reason, go to your state capital. We're going to film a supporting event and air the lives while we're there, and really blow it out on social media too. So every state capital is a secondary option, but we want everybody in Washington, D.C., everybody there. I don't care what your deal is. Get there, Washington, D.C. Push everybody you know to get there. Carpool, giant, truckloads, like hippie, van fests loaded with people. I don't care. Get there. Washington, D.C., June 14th, that's the plan. For anybody who's on here watching this, that is the plan. Yeah, Facebook was being crazy today, Mike Esposito. Let's see. Nope. Nicole Ferguson, I'm all about the beach. Stephen Honeywell, 2-hour drive to Point Pleasant from northern New Jersey. Yeah, and from what I heard, that was an epic event. So, Mary Lou Urak, worry about the children and great-grandkids' life. That is the thing we have to start taking into account. It's not about us. What is the quote? Let's see. Here's the quote. There we go. This is Thomas Paine, one of the founding fathers. If there must be trouble, let it be in my day, that my child may have peace. That still holds true. If there's going to be trouble, we want the trouble to be on us, not our kids, right? That's what this is about. We have to figure it out ourselves, not let it go. Mike Esposito said he'll be going to D.C. Awesome. Happy Hour Al, that is the only thing to take into account is our children's lives, our children's freedom. If we don't secure it, they won't have it. So, Nicole Ferguson, love the idea of the party bus. I know you'll be on the poll. I'm just kidding. I hope I'm kidding. Anyway, guys, that's it for tonight. I wanted to keep this a little bit shorter just because it's been a crazy long day. So, yeah, start planning, start spreading the word on June 14th, Flag Day right now. Definitely get the word out for D-Day, but June 14th is a big push. That's the one that's going to take a lot of coordination, a lot of effort to get people out there. June 14th, Washington, D.C. We're protesting that the president needs to arrest all of these governors. If there is any lockdown, any change in normal everyday procedures that is mandated in any state, that governor, that mayor, that judge, whatever, needs to be arrested. Bottom line. End of story. The U.S. government needs to do it. That's the last call that we're going to give, that something needs to be done. It's the last time we're asking for something to change. It's the last ask. Okay? All right, guys. Have a good night.